Wes is in the chat room. If anyone calls from Ohio, it's always sketch. No one real lives in Ohio. Though, honestly, I'd say the bulk, I mean, I could just look right now. I'd say the bulk of my calls are probably local, like within a couple of area codes around me, I think. I've got 100 missed calls on my phone right now. Okay, those are all 188 numbers, 425-312-885, 425-312, 360-360. Yes, a lot of them are local. 253 is local. A lot of those are in the Washington area that call me, but some of them are out of state. So I don't know why that throws them off. If you're just joining us, hi. Welcome to the launch live stream. We're just getting set up. Andrews is en route. The show has not started yet. We're just sort of warming up with some really bad local news coverage of cyber scams and things like that. So this is Fox Channel 5 Cleveland, and they say that if you mess with a scam caller, it'll make you, I guess, more vulnerable to future attacks or something. They haven't gotten there yet. They're already losing me.
One lady, she said, I know it's you because your name is popping up on my phone.
He says some of the callers were older people claiming he was just trying to get their money. James just kept thinking about when scammers have called his mom in the past.
I will tell her because she's elderly, and I tell her, do not give people your information.
Do not interact with scammers.
Cheryl Harris is from Cuyahoga County Consumer Affairs. She tells us they've heard from people in our area saying they knew some callers were scammers, so they just toyed with them, kept them on the line, but she says that can backfire.
Oh. Sometimes the scammers get really angry and they will take your number, and then that becomes the number that they're showing on caller ID when they're calling.
Oh, I see. So the problem is that if you piss them off, they seek retribution by essentially stealing your phone identity. Why is the phone system so vulnerable that they can so easily do that? Why is that a thing? Why is that even possible? Okay. I mean, I know there's things to make it happen, but really? Is it going to be 2030 before we fix this stuff? Are we ever going to fix this stuff?
James admits he's messed with some scam callers before.
And I've talked to them, and I will play with them, Tell them, yeah, I'll send you $1,000.
Scammers can spoof, a.k.a. fake, the number and or the title of the incoming call, making it look like it's from your bank, your sheriff, your credit card company.
Or Google. I get that one a lot. I get Google is calling you. As if Google ever reaches out directly. As if Google ever has proactive support. I get Google, Coinbase, which I don't even actively use, couple others where even the caller ID says Google or says Coinbase, but it is not. It is a scam. So that part, it's just ridiculous.
Cheryl says some businesses are trying to counteract this by listing some calls as a spam risk or a scam risk.
Yeah, some of
your phone company is trying to tell you this number, it doesn't check out for us with the number that they're putting on caller ID.
If you do happen to answer, just say thanks for the info, that you'll look into it and hang up.
Be polite. He's telling you to be polite to these people that are wasting your time, wasting your cell phone time, battery. Really? Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous.
If they ask for money, that's a red flag. If you get a voicemail that's vague, don't call back. Many ask what can be done to protect your number from being spoofed or you getting spoofed calls.
There's not a whole lot you can do to stop those calls. Usually they will fade out like within a week. You won't
Maybe the cell phone company could come up with a way to charge me more.
Be getting them anymore.
That's what eventually happened with James, but he wanted to contact News 5 investigators to help give you a heads up.
Yeah.
If it's not a relative that you recognize, don't answer that phone.
Oh.
Good advice. Now, if you have questions about whether a call is real or not, hang up, call the sheriff's department,
oh my God,
local police, or places like the Cuyahoga County Scam Squad to verify.
Could you imagine the influx of calls from boomers to the sheriff's department? I think this guy's trying to scam me. I mean, geez, what are they going to do?
That's crazy because, I reported a theft, an active theft.
Yeah?
Very visible.
Oh.
That the Marysville police said, oh, well, we see there's a warrant for this person in another county. Let me see if we can get him, right?
Yeah.
So they called that county and they were like, no, if you arrest him, we're not going to come get him. So the Marysville police didn't do shit.
Man, you wish if there was some way you knew ahead of time, like if you could commit a crime and like that kind of bureaucracy would just get you out of it,
It's crazy.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Hello, chat room. Hello up there in the quiet listening. Hi, everybody on the video stream platforms. Our chat room is going. If you'd like to join us, we'd love to have you over there because that's the room we're monitoring during the show. Whoa.
That wasn't as satisfying as I thought it was. It just sounded like a slow fart.
There was a lot of air in there, though. If you want to join our chat room, that's the one we're monitoring during the show. That's our Matrix chat room. I think we have it linked on our weekly launch, weeklylaunch.rocks, and I think over at jupiterbroadcasting.com. And if you're in that room, please help us bang suggest. We need a few more folks in there. I see Wes and Magnolia, and I see a Tyler. Oh, I see an R podcast popping up in there. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining us. Southern Fried Sassafras in there, too. Well, hello, everybody. Hi, R podcast. Well, Andrews,
yes.
Should we do a pre-show? What say you show?
Okay.
I don't know. That's not good. All right. I plugged the mumble room, right? So I did my biz. So I think we're good to go. Okay. Last show before Thanksgiving.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Here we go. In 3, 2. I see there was old music playing. That's why it didn't work. Ah, well, that's good. That's good. That's good. Good job, everything. That worked. But that was my bad because I bypassed the soundboard to play that. But system worked as intended. What do you think of mine? Yeah. Right?
Oh, yeah.
You like it?
Yeah. My mic was muted last I looked. Yeah, I was going to say technical difficulties.
Stand by. Technical difficulties. The technical difficulties being this awesome music is playing. That's the technical difficulty. Pause. All right, now we are in the go position. Okay, everybody, here we go. Launch time, pre-show. Remember when we get going, we're going to need those titles. Remember that.
During the real show.
Yeah, during the real show. Here we go. In a 3, in a 2. Members, welcome into 43. Hello, Andrews.
What was that?
That was the extended version of the intro song that we don't ever get to hear.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I'm like, you added something to this, or this is a different, or like, did you add more Jamaican? I know a Jamaican singer recently passed. It was in commemorative.
It's actually a longer song that I just never play.
Wow. That was really cool. I was like, maybe it's just louder. Like, I'm gaslighting myself over here.
It is funny how being louder sometimes like makes it sound better or
different.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, we got some stuff to get into today, but I wanted to start with something that we've kind of been low-key following, and that is this collaboration between OpenAI and Johnny Ive, who are the biggest buddies ever. Of course, Johnny Ive is famous for his time at Apple designing some of their most iconic products, working with Steve Jobs. So OpenAI CEO Sam Altman sat down with Johnny Ive and Steve Jobs' widow, I forget, Laura, I think, right? Is that her name? Laureen. Yeah, thank you. Laureen Powell. And I'm not
maybe
kidding.
It's Lorena.
I'm not kidding when I say it is 32 minutes of them just saying absolutely nothing.
Oh, you're going to make us listen?
No.
Okay.
I'm just giving you a sample.
Ridiculous new piece of technology, like this huge, seemingly huge thing of computers are smart now. They can think and they can understand, and they couldn't do that before. And we don't know what that means, but we know that we are all living in the constraints of this same kind of computer we've been using for a long time, and that feels totally wrong and limiting.
So they've got a new solution, and here's what has been extracted from the talk. It's a new device that breaks the constraints of the same kind of computer that we've been using for a long time. The research started with a question about what it means for that device if it's going to be, quote, able to know everything you've ever thought about, read, or said. What does it mean? And of course, it'll be sort of a, quote, active participant that's proactive, quote, in a not annoying way. Current apps and devices are like walking through Times Square in New York with flashing lights, crowds of noises, people, etc. doesn't make our lives more peaceful or calm. They say this thing's going to be like a beautiful, quiet log cabin on a lake. Incredibly intelligent, sophisticated. Something you'll want to touch and use carelessly. Almost if the design is like you want to lick it or take a bite out of it with the current prototype. That's what he got, that feeling. The degree at which Johnny chipped away at every little thing that doesn't need to be or that doesn't need to be there is remarkable. There's something about the design that's so simple, so beautiful, so playful. For lack of a better word, there's a lot of products with humor in this area. But there's a desire, quote, not to make ourselves take ourselves so seriously, even though these are serious times. We're going to make people smile. We're going to make them feel joy. It's jaw-droppingly good, and it's exciting.
Did you see Wes's comment?
No, what is it? What is it?
I can't. I'm not going to read it.
Okay, all right. Oh,
Family-friendly show.
Oh, okay. So, what do you think it is, Ange? Give me your best guess on what they're making. Sam Altman, Johnny Ive coming out with a new product to harness open AI's whatever.
Okay. My first thought was a hardware of some kind.
Yeah, like a watch, I thought at first, but I don't think it's a watch.
But then I thought, no, probably a software. Maybe like.
No, I think it's a hardware device.
Yeah?
Yeah. But like.
Is it okay? My first thought was hardware, like a firewall or something, like something to pass the data through.
Oh, weird. Yeah. Okay. Something your other devices are kind of like
whatever.
connected to or something, and it's like the meta device, the master device, learning everything. Because he did say everything you read.
Or it's called like a gate of some kind.
A
right?
gateway, or
a gateway, yeah. Of some kind. I don't know. What is it? Do you know?
No,
you know
I have no idea. No, I'm
okay.
just total speculation.
Dang it.
I was, a lot of people suggested watch or glasses, but it doesn't sound like it's going to be that. They say it's not a phone, although I'm not sure. That when they talk about it, every time they talk about it, it's in the context of, well, the only way you can get access to AI right now is, well, you stop what you're doing and you take your backpack off and you put it on the ground and you bend over and you unzip the backpack and you reach in and you poke your fingers with your pens and stuff and then you pull your laptop out and you set it on the table. You open up the laptop, you wait for it to wake up, you put your password in, right? That's how they always describe the use of AI, when the reality is you grab your phone and you access it in 3 seconds, or you're already on your computer and you open up a tab and you access it in 3 seconds, and that's not an actual constraint. But they're always talking about it like the phone doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And so usually when companies do that, that usually means they're making a product in that category, right?
Yeah.
So, but it just seems like a phone would be so lame and obvious.
Right?
You'd hope they wouldn't do a phone.
Yeah.
Plus, what is it going to be? Android based?
Right? Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure that there has been influence from your from the coverage that we've done, but I don't like Sam Altman. I don't like him at all. Like,
oh boy.
And that even just this clip that you played,
You should
like
30 minutes of it, and it's so much self-loving and just quiet thoughtfulness.
It's right. It's like that timid, like I'm not a billionaire,
right? And when
genius doing shady stuff.
When
like,
Johnny talks, Sam he holds his head down and he's thinking about what Johnny's saying so seriously. But a couple of times it cracks because Johnny isn't just quite as polished as Sam is at the live improv stuff. And so a couple of times Johnny sort of runs out of steam and just sort of says, literally one time he's like, yeah, it's good enough. I spun a good enough tale there. That's good enough. They're selling, and it's so frustrating because it's this faux thoughtfulness.
Yeah.
This faux sincerity.
Wes nails it. He says there's something about Sam, even when I agree, his presentation makes me want to disagree. Yeah, that sounds like what I'm feeling. Like it's just,
Yeah, I know. So the other thing I very much got from the video was that he wants to be Steve Jobs. And the way they're talking about things, he's trying to give, he's channeling Steve Jobs in his answers about the hardware. And then, of course, he's there with Johnny Ive, who became famous working with Steve Jobs. And then it's Steve Jobs' widow that's conducting the interview. So it's just, it's gross.
yeah.
Be your own person. Mm-hmm. And anyways, if you have the stomach to watch it, it's a good test of stomach.
Oh, you should put it through AI and see what the point of the what it thinks the point of this discussion was.
Right. All right. Well,
or what it thinks they're creating.
Okay, you want to pick our news bump?
Oh, the red or blue?
Yeah, the red or blue, if I can find it.
I guess I've got to go blue because I've done red the last couple times.
Did you?
Even though I like the red more.
Because it's got the bell, right? It's got the bell.
It just has a better presentation.
I don't even know if I might have got, did I get rid of it? I don't think I would have done that, right?
Well, I'm just going to make a quick
Oh my
call
God.
to the launch.
That's pretty
All
great.
the soundboard at once.
I think I might have gotten rid of it. That's
All
what
right.
that tells us. Hold on,
Dun,
no.
da, da, da.
No, I'm going to restore it. No. So you wanted the blue? All right, see, I'm restoring.
No, I don't want the blue, but I'll do the blue because I did red the last 2 times.
This is CNN breaking news.
No?
No,
I know, CNN's just sort of...
I don't like that.
I know. And the other one's not even branded. That's the other thing. You wouldn't even know.
That's what I don't. Yeah, just neutral. Yes.
Yeah, I recovered them. All right, this is going to wreck your holiday plans. I know you're planning to get everybody one of these for Christmas, but you need to take them back to the store. Here we go.
This morning, new warnings about toys that contain AI chatbots.
Oh, boy.
This might look like a cute plush doll, but sales of Kuma Teddy have now been suspended after researchers found the bear openly discussed sexually explicit and dangerous content with
Oh, my
kids,
gosh.
including how to light a match.
Hold the matchbox with one hand.
When prompted, the bear also telling them where to find a variety of potentially dangerous objects, including knives, pills,
I want one of
matches,
these.
and plastic bags. The bear,
I want
which
one.
sold for $99 online, integrates OpenAI's chatbot.
We just have no idea what these AI toys are going to do to a child's development
Right? Kuma
and
and
to their
Santa
mental
real?
health. And so unless you want your child to be part of this experiment, we recommend that you avoid.
Okay, the executive director of Colorado's Public Interest Research Group, he's gone to a toy store. He set himself up a podium with like something he printed out from Kinko's in front of it. And then he's got a Kinko's printed name tag. And then he's like propped one of these little AI robots in the background. This has got to be the most low-budget, self-filmed press conference I have ever seen.
That's funny.
And then he just shared it with the media. But, I mean,
Magnolia coming in hot with I can't tell if we're in Terminator, Idiocracy, or Futurama.
yeah. Like, how dumb is it to ship a general LLM in this thing? And you know what they were probably trying to do was some sort of pre-prompt engineering to like be kid-friendly, and a couple of idiots figured out how to work around that prompt engineering and got access to the general OpenAI API.
Wow.
Super dumb, really obvious.
Yeah.
Anyone could have seen this coming, but doesn't mean this guy's not a clown shoe and this stupid press conference isn't ridiculous.
AI toys are going to do to a child's development and to their mental health. And so unless you want your child to be part of this experiment, we recommend that you avoid AI toys for now.
It comes as lawmakers grapple with how to regulate the AI industry. The website Politico reports the White House is now planning an executive order aimed at blocking states from issuing their own regulations to prevent a patchwork of state rules that could hamper innovation.
geez.
Congress has also considered a similar action. One state lawmaker in Pennsylvania outraged, saying Washington is again attacking state sovereignty. Meanwhile, on Wall Street,
you're seeing an exponential growth of adoption and use of AI, and the number of applications that are going to be using these AI is also growing.
It's interesting as the questions of are we in a bubble get more and more persistent. The NVIDIA CEO has gone from wearing a cool guy leather jacket to wearing a business suit and a tie because he's very serious now. These things were probably super expensive, right? Well, they probably sell 100 of these things. Anyways.
Yeah. Well, they were $99, the teddy bear or whatever.
Okay.
But, okay, so
I want one.
I cringed when it said that they're trying to block the states from having their own laws or whatever, right? Because I was like, oh, gross. But then it occurred to me, like, if you're making this teddy bear in one state and you ship it to another and there's different rules, like, so what, you have to have a bunch of different programmatic models of that does, so a higher level maybe does make sense, but, so the whole thing, let's just not.
This issue of federal versus state rights comes up a lot when it really comes to any kind of internet-based commerce or technology platform, because often the regulation starts at the state level. They're smaller, they're more nimble, they're hearing from constituents directly, so they react first, and the states begin creating legislation. Then the federal government gets wind that this is happening and realizes we need to be involved, or feels like they need to be involved, and then it creates this sort of back and forth that we have to go through. But yeah, it does seem like is something that can be distributed worldwide, yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky too because it's the other thing that's stupid about this technology stuff is when right now, even in the United States, when you travel, you can end up in some states where like your technology or your apps just don't work because it's banned in that area or whatever. So.
Oh man, all AI want for Christmas as a title suggestion is so good.
It's not bad.
Do we cover AI in the show? Like, I hope we can use that.
Maybe. Okay, so did you hear about the Campbell Soup drama? Oh, this is.
Oh, how the CEO?
Well, I don't know if he was a CEO, but an executive.
Yeah, yes, I did. Yes.
Yeah, and I guess so. He gets caught in this. He got recorded in this massive rant about how bad their products are, about how it's only food for poor people, about how it's bioengineered meat he won't eat, and that it's 3D printed chicken.
Right. I was just gonna say 3D printed chicken.
And first of all, can I get one of these printers? I mean, if it's okay, can I just get one in the house and just print myself a chicken?
That's got to smell delicious.
All right. So here's the coverage. This is pretty great. From Local 4 WDIV.
A former Campbell Soup Company employee is taking legal action against the food giant, and he's making some explosive allegations about one of its top executives. Good evening, and thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Ty Steele.
I'm Kimberly Gill. Those allegations are now at the center of a lawsuit claiming the company's vice president went on an hour-long tirade attacking the company's products and employees before taking aim at its customers.
And the former employee recorded it all. Eric Erickson shares that recording and what the company is saying about it.
We have shit for poor people. Who buys our shit?
And that's just part of an over an hour-long rant, says former security analyst for Campbell's, Robert Garza of Monroe.
I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. It's unhealthy. Now that I know what the in it, even in a can of soup, I look at meat, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer.
The recording allegedly of Campbell's VP and Chief Information Security Officer Martin Bally.
He has no filter.
Bally, along with another supervisor and Campbell Soup Company, named in a lawsuit filed Thursday. The suit claiming Bally made racist remarks, admits to coming to work high, and Garza fired for coming forward.
Man, this guy, maybe he just likes to party, Maybe he just partied too much and he just needs to party less.
What do you think about the things that he was saying?
Oh, just pure disgust.
Garza says he usually worked remotely for Campbell's headquarters based in Camden, New Jersey. But thinking he'd be discussing his salary with Bally, he says the recording taken in person at a restaurant.
Jesus. Effing Indians don't know an effing thing.
Oh, no.
They couldn't think for the I'm like, you dumb
Garza says he felt sick after the rant, deciding to go to his direct supervisor in January, keeping the recordings to himself.
Man, this has been brewing since January of this year. Woo!
He had never had any disciplinary action. They had never written him up for poor work performance.
Garza says no one at Campbell's ever followed up, and it's taken him 10 months to find a new job, calling the way the canned soup company handled it simply terrible.
They have a motto, like we...
I mean, are they even going to look into the accusations of 3D printed meat? And then, if it's 3D printed meat, can we get double the meat? Because the chicken soup can never has enough chicken.
Never.
I don't 50% less sodium, but not enough meat. All right. Well, of course, they don't ask that question. I just have a couple of Pacific Northwest updates for you, and then we're going to get into the show.
The Pacific Northwest has it all, but mostly rain, that's the call.
Now, have you heard about our pipe problems?
No.
Oh, we got big pipe problems, big ones. A pipeline leak is disrupting fuel flow for jet fuel to SeaTac.
Developing tonight, we have hit the 1-week mark of the shutdown of the Olympic pipeline, and the impact to passengers at SeaTac Airport is growing as the pressure builds on BP to find and fix the problem. Good evening, I'm Preston Phillips.
And I'm Mary Num. Airlines have started making adjustments. That means some direct flights are no longer nonstop.
We have team coverage tonight, including City reporter Chris Daniels with an update on the investigation.
But we start with Michelle Esteban live at SeaTac Airport and the story she's hearing from passengers.
Hey, Michelle.
Well, hi, guys. You get to the airport, right? And what do you want to do? You want to get on your plane and you want to get to your destination.
I think she's fun.
She's plucky.
I think she is a lot of fun off air.
Tell you, a number of folks, though, today, they got a text message from their airline saying, sorry, because of the pipeline, your plane is making a pit stop.
Yeah, so there's been, some reroutes, avoiding SeaTac and stuff like that. But as of this morning, right before our stream started, we had breaking news. We have an update.
New this morning, BP now confirms it has found the source of a leak in the Olympic pipeline.
Yeah, fuel was discovered at a blueberry field in Everett, and the leak is causing a fuel shortage at airports and gas stations in Washington and Oregon. Farah Jadrin has an update live in the newsroom right now at this hour. Farah, how did the company find this leak?
So what's also, by the way, little side note, interesting is this is the second major pipeline leak this year. We had one earlier in Skagit County this year that didn't get much coverage, but I drove past it every day. And they were working out there, digging up the field and getting rid of the dirt 24/7. And they had these massive industrial lights out there. So the whole area was just, it was a beacon of light. It was crazy how long they were working on it. And then just one day, all of it was gone. And it was like the field was put back together.
Well, testing on Monday confirmed the source of the leak that's impacting air travel and just so much more in our region. Here's a statement from BP released last night saying Olympic pipeline crews have identified the source. Testing conducted Monday confirmed a leak in the 20-inch pipeline. There were no indications of a leak in the 16-inch pipeline. Crews are developing a repair plan for the 20-inch segment. Now, plans for a partial restart are being developed, and an updated restart timeline will be provided when available. Now, if you're flying out of SeaTac, you might have gotten an alert like this. A King 5 employee got this text alert last night saying their Delta flight from Seattle to D.C., once a direct flight, will now make a stop in Spokane for refueling. Alaska Airlines and Delta both made announcements saying they would have to make schedule changes for those long-haul trips. This is, of course, a busy stretch of time at any major airport with holiday travel.
Yeah, I mean, the timing with Thanksgiving, not good.
The Pacific Northwest has it all, but mostly rain, that's the call.
Now, this next one is reported by a Pacific Northwest news source, but it's a trend taking off around the country. If your plane can't get fuel, maybe you should just shut up and quiet travel.
But I could always use a vacation, and now quietcation, otherwise known as silent travel, is
what? Quietcation? Ugh.
one of the fastest growing travel trends this year, prioritizing mental wellness, stillness, and solitude over the traditional jam-packed sightseeing trip. And our travel guy, Gabe Saglier, is on a quietcation right now. Gabe, you are live in...
I don't think... There might not be a better job in media than the quasi C-tier famous local news travel guy. Right? His job is to do travel reporting. He only does it for this is for Fox 13 Seattle, so he can go about his day, doesn't get harassed, and he just has to bring a Starlink with him and pretend like he's having a good time.
Out in the woods.
Yeah.
Mendocino County, Northern California, and it sounds pretty quiet behind you. How's it going out there?
Yeah, did you hear that? Nothing. There's nothing out there. It's as quiet as it can be, and that's the whole point. Cell reception is almost nil up here, and that
he says on a crystal clear video call, also using voice isolation mode.
Is what allows us to be in the moment, immerse ourselves in this natural environment.
Looks like a green screen.
It also, there's buildings like right there. There's a staircase right there to his both sides of him. Actually, there's a staircase. So he's out in the woods, kinda.
Yeah.
But obviously, he's got like a Starlink with him or something, and he's not that far from the beaten path. But all right, okay. Also, whatever video call service they're using, they need to sign in. He's got a little prompt up in the corner for them to sign in.
County is about 120 miles north of the San Francisco Bay Area. So if you fly to SFO, it's about a 3.5-hour drive north. And you can fly into the Charles Schultz Airport in Sonoma County. Alaska does a SeaTac Sonoma County nonstop flight about twice a day. That's a 2-hour drive to where I am. But that journey is part of the experience. And when you're up here, it's where the redwoods meet the sea and where it's quiet and remote. And that's what this trend is all about.
So it sounds like camping.
Yeah, it says digital detox vacations, and he's here with all of his technology.
Gear. Yeah, and his AirPods and stuff. I mean, and it's just, this is so dumb. This is just camping. He's just, oh man. Anyways, what do you think of the idea of a quietcation, a digital detox, like that idea?
I mean, the quietcation sounds good, but the digital nah.
Nah, not needed. Not needed, you say. Not
No, I just wouldn't prefer it. I mean, I'd probably bring a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do a little low key.
Mhm.
Hey, we got a fresh boost coming in, so I'm gonna go grab that. And then
Ooh,
we're
the boost.
gonna get started. Did I load? I did load our song of the week, so we've got that too.
Excellent.
Good. We could use a little boost, love, so I'll go grab that. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you probably have more experience with quietcations.
Yeah, yeah. That is a thing
Unless
I like.
you brought the kids.
Yeah. I think it's good for my ADD.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think it helps a lot.
Yeah.
Because there's just less. It's just less distraction.
Yeah.
And then there's like less ambient things going on in my brain.
Yeah.
Staycation. Yeah,
Oh.
staycation's also kind of a similar thing, but that's staying at home. This is like you go
Yeah.
somewhere quiet, which home should be quiet, hopefully, if you're lucky. But
I recently recognized that I carry on several thoughts while reading,
Mhm.
and
Sure.
it frustrates me.
Makes it
I've
hard
had
to read.
Yeah, I've just had to stop reading and just talk about whatever it is I'm thinking to get it out of my head so that I can
then you can
rejoin the book.
I bet a note would work good too, like taking notes or something.
Mm-hmm.
Kids don't like it. The kids don't like the staycations. No, I suppose
Mhm.
not. Yeah, I suppose that's the exact kind of thing adults love, especially adults that work.
Right.
And plus, it's like we were going to do some sort of thing for Hadia's birthday, and we did a much more scaled back version, but then spent a couple of days at home, like extra, just to like. We had so much stuff to set up, and we just cut it by a few days and just did home projects for a little bit, and that was really nice. Sort of split it down the middle. Okay, all right. Thank you, chat room. Remember, we do have that live Matrix chat room. If you're watching on one of the video platforms, you'd like to join. We'd love if you have it. Get in there and just do a little bang suggest. Give us a little title. And that mumble room is open. Ooh, we got a big old quiet listening today. Okay, I think it's go time. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Drew. Episode 43 of The Launch. And we be starting in a 3, in a 2, in a 1. This is The Launch, episode 43 for November 25th, 2025. Streaming from the beautiful Pacific Northwest and the mighty American West Coast, we greet you all a good morning, a good evening, or whenever your timeline may fall. Time-appropriate greetings, indeed, to one and all. This is The Launch, and my name is Chris.
And I'm Angela.
Hello, Angela. Well, before we get going, we got a few things we'd like everyone to know about. You can always call us live or after the fact. The phone number is 774-462-5667. That's 774-462-5667. You can make it a live vibe on Tuesdays, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, and 7:30 p.m. UTC at jblive.tv or in your podcasting 2.0 app of choice. The show comes out Wednesday mornings. We'd love it if you tune in live or listen after the fact. Of course, that mumble room's going for you. And links to what we talk about today and more will be at weeklylaunch.rocks. Well, it's just about that time. We're starting to get things ready as we speak. And there was a definite, I don't think my mom would want to call it a tradition, but there was a tradition, a routine that before family events, especially when everybody was coming over to the house, we would clean up. And that would be a lot of chores for me as a kid. I remember that. That's every family event equaled a lot of chores.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Of course, it's not so bad because it's just us coming over to your place for the most part. But
Right.
What are you doing over at your place to prepare for the big turkey day?
Well, I came up with a almost segment title for this, right? So my catching up with Ange is something usually random that's going on in my life. So R&R, random and relatable.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right.
So yeah, I have too much furniture in my great room and I have to rearrange it so I can put up the Christmas tree, right? I wanted to put up the Christmas tree.
Big problems. Got to get that
November
tree
1st.
up. Yeah.
No, seriously. It's such a, whatever you like, the ambiance of the tree.
Good
come
light. It is
on.
good light.
It is. And anyway, so I have just been staring at my great room trying to figure out how to move things around. And then I started working on it. And then I was like, I should really clean this carpet. I should really shampoo this carpet. Like, why not?
Right. If you're going to move stuff.
Yeah. And then it brought me back to when, let's see. I don't know how, okay, I was 15 or 16. I can't remember. And I was coming over to meet your parents for the first time.
Whoa. Okay. Wow. Would that be in my dad's house then?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, your dad and stepmom. Do you not remember what she'd do anytime she had people over?
No, what?
She would clean the carpets.
Oh, yes.
And
oh, yeah.
because
yeah,
they
that's
had
what I was saying.
dogs,
Yeah.
It did not make it smell
Well,
better.
what the problem is that she would do it too close to the event.
Yes.
So there would still be like some dampness.
Yeah.
And then dog smell.
Yeah.
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 I guess in retrospect, she could have gone the other direction too far and perfumed it.
Sure.
But yeah, she had a dedicated carpet cleaner.
Yeah.
She owned one.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I have one too because I have animals and
Also to note, a lot more carpet back in those days.
kids. Yeah.
Yeah. But you do have carpet in the living room.
Yes.
And,
And so many stains. Gosh, these kids drop everything at the edges of the couches.
which was the only place really that has carpet in the downstairs, except for your
my office. Mhm.
And the reason why we did that,
and the understair closet.
yeah. But the reason why we did carpet in the living room was for sound, because if you have wood floor and then you're doing surround sound, it bounces all over the place and so. But yeah, of
It's
course.
just warmer too.
Yeah, it
like
is.
or,
Yeah.
just like cozier.
Yeah.
So I have been doing it sections at a time. So I started with where the tree was going to go. So if I wanted to get out the tree, I could because that spot
Now
is
it's ready.
dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? But it has to be dry, right?
Yeah,
Because you don't
yeah.
want to set metal on
Well,
wet carpet.
And if you just cover it with like the skirt, it might not dry
Right?
properly.
Yeah, all the things.
Yeah.
And anyway, but I have this condition that I think I've mentioned at least once or twice, but I will break out in full body hives with exertion. So I can't get very far with moving furniture or shampooing without breaking out in hives. So I have to take a lot of breaks. So anyway, it's annoying, but I'm doing sections at a time. I'm swapping where the couches are, and then I have that egg chair, that like hangs there. I was gonna get rid of it, but all the kids really like it, so keeping that. But anyway, the house is a complete disaster still, and Thanksgiving is the day after tomorrow.
Yeah, I know, right? That's how it goes.
So yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, the thing that I remember about the the whole cleaning the house thing too that was awful was that my family would make an entire day out of it. So that's what the entire day was spent doing. So in a way, I mean, I know it's really frustrating, but in a way, taking breaks sounds kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit more reasonable of a pace because it was just a marathon when we did it. It was not fun.
Well, there are no kids helping me. I offered for them all to stay home on my birthday last Friday. None of them wanted to stay home and
help out.
No. So, and then the girls are home today, but they're not helping.
Gosh darn kids, kick them out. Kick them out, I say. Well, I want to know. Do you have a prep the house for the holidays routine you have to go through, or a childhood memory like the wet carpet memory? It's a good one. Boost in. It's a great way to support the show. We'll read it when we get back from the holidays next week and see what y'all said. Of course, Fountain.fm makes that real easy. They host all the infrastructure for you. We have the WebZap form linked in our show notes. Those are a couple of real easy ways to send your boost in and tell us how you prepped the house for the holidays or how your family did back in the day. All right, I wasn't going to do it, Ange. I honestly wasn't going to do this. I'm sure you're tired of it. I'm tired of it. The audience is probably tired of it.
I mean, you're keeping it top of mind for everyone.
That's true. The
really.
universe won't let me go. And this is something that has bothered me since the first poll went up. And I am, for the last time, I hope, this year, going to talk about the flock cameras, because what I have discovered in the last week or two is disturbing. First of all, just as we wrapped up, some YouTubers published research where they got root access to flock devices by just a secret click of the button on the back of the flock devices, in which they could implant fake videos and all kinds of stuff. We'll get to it.
Oh, my gosh.
Real bad. Then I realized, right. Flock's a VC-funded company, and if they're making a bunch of money, there's probably a bunch of other VCs that are dumping a bunch of money into other companies doing stuff like Flock and Flock adjacent. Well, Turns out I was right. In fact, there's a whole new area of these safety smart devices, including a large focus on bathroom safety.
Oh, gosh.
Bathroom sensors. So we'll get to all of that. But I do want to start with this flock camera hack, if you want to call it that. Vulnerability, I'm not really qualified to say. In my opinion, it seems like probably a built-in option for support that they just think they thought would be obscure enough to be undiscovered, but that would just be my guess. And this is coverage of what the researchers discovered, and in the show notes, I will link their longer 30-minute-ish video if you're curious. But this is sort of the high-level coverage of it here.
The city of Aurora is celebrating the launch of a fleet of flock camera drones.
So remember a couple of weeks ago when we talked about that gal in Denver who got wrongly accused? Not only did Aurora lean in to their flock contract and the cameras and renewed, but now they've also begun deploying the automated drone system. Yeah, Flock has flying drones that do all this stuff too.
Aurora is celebrating the launch of a fleet of flock camera drones to layer on top of the Flock license plate tracking cameras, just as researchers say that Flock's surveillance system is incredibly easy to hack. Our Spencer Soysher has that.
Quincy and Parker Road, eastbound.
Aurora police are excited to show off their new real-time information center and their new partnership with Flock for a drone as first responder program. Aurora already has Flock's AI scanning cameras all over town.
I mean, it's extraordinarily easy. Like 12-year-olds could do it.
Cameras that experts say are quite easy to hack.
It would be about 30 seconds.
You took control of the cameras in under 30 seconds.
Correct. Yeah.
John Gaines is a cybersecurity researcher.
A camera would connect to this, right? But this is like the brain behind it, right?
He bought Flock cameras on eBay and started looking for vulnerabilities in Flock's system before a bad actor could.
The stuff that is running on the devices themselves is also lacking.
He says the security on the devices was so low level, he can plant data on the cameras and was even able to pull footage off of the camera from the factory where it was made.
Now that matters because Flock tells local, and my understanding is Flock tells local police and cities and whatnot that they don't retain the footage, that there's an auto delete process. Now, maybe that's true in the cloud storage, or maybe that's true in the LLM ingestment side, but it doesn't appear to be true on the actual camera storage. Now, maybe it's rollover storage or whatever it might be, but these cameras that he bought still had test images from the factory floor indicating they don't auto-delete.
And was even able to pull footage off of the camera from the factory where it was made.
A hypothetical worst case, I can remote wirelessly connect to this device and plant footage that will result in, let's say, a hit coming up on the hot list and the cops showing up to somebody.
Those issues caught Ben Jordan's attention, a YouTuber and a researcher whose new video featured some of the 51 vulnerabilities that John found.
For the video, I kind of concentrate on the ones that were the most severe.
The most egregious vulnerability, Ben believes, is the no mandate of multi-factor authentication for police. The same thing you have to use to log into your Google account is not required for all police departments to log into Flock.
Where this is a national security risk, like this actually needs to be dealt with because I was finding accounts for sale on the dark web.
Ben says he was able to find police Flock.
The problem is, right, is even if, because they do have two-factor as an option, Flock does, but it's not necessarily mandated. And so even if a tiny percentage of your user base opts not to use it, then you just, well, if you have a lot of users, that's still hundreds of accounts that could get compromised.
Flock logins on the dark web.
And apparently you can buy Flock logins on the dark web. So if you know where to go on tour, I guess you can just get logins.
Though he didn't buy them for legal reasons. Flock responded to this research saying 97% of their customers now use multi-factor authentication, and that around this time last year, it started forcing new customers to use it.
Not having multi-factor authentication on a camera that's logging the location of everybody is just unfathomably bad.
Both Aurora and Denver police told me tonight that they require multi-factor authentication for their Flock logins, even though, Kyle, there is no mandate for that with the company.
Oh boy. So
Right?
Yeah. Oh boy, is it. I mean, it's really bad. So yeah, by pressing a button a secret number of times on the device, you gain complete root access, complete control over the device. So what you have to kind of understand is the flock cameras are computers. They may be your Linux boxes for, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So those...
Man, that's so rudimentary. You know, I looked up, okay, so if somebody's not wearing a seatbelt and they're putting enough weight on the seats in my car,
yep.
the seatbelt, first it's a low tone and then it gets really loud. And
Levi sets that off sometimes.
Yeah, you can't turn it off, right? Like you can't, there's no setting for this. And even if I put the car in park, it still won't stop doing the buzz. I have to turn off the car to get it to go off. Anyway, there's apparently, I looked up on YouTube, there's a hack where you just start
you
your
buckle
car
it and you buckle
then
it.
you buckle it like as much as you can in 30 seconds. And I haven't been the fool to see if that
Well, what happens if you
works.
just reached over and buckled it?
Well, yeah, no, this would disable it altogether. Like, yeah.
And then you could just leave it.
Yeah. But I mean,
that'd be funny if that was.
I'm gonna look like a fool. Like, you should record it because
sitting there slamming it in and out.
Yeah, like, did it work yet?
Oh my God. Researchers suggest, PJ in the chat room says they run Android. The researchers suggest that they would have been able to host malware on there. There's an explanation in the video. That they could capture Wi-Fi handshake credentials and perform middleman and honeypot attacks. And that they were able to replace storage footage. And so if you want to look it up on YouTube, it's flock camera vulnerability worse than you think, or link in the show notes. But I wanted to go back to something that's been developing locally here. So the little county, well, it's not little, but the county where I'm at, where my homestead is at, has been embattled with a tattoo artist who asked to get public access to the flock records.
Right.
And earlier last week, a Skagit County Superior Court judge ruled that the images from the flock safety automated license plate readers in Stanwood and Cedar-Woolley qualify as public records under Washington's Public Records Act. However, Stanwood and Cedar-Woolley are now appealing that decision. The city said the footage should be exempt from Public Records Act according to a section that exempts certain intelligence information that could jeopardize the effectiveness of law enforcement or a person's right to privacy. So there's a couple of key things. It's intelligence information, and it would jeopardize the effectiveness of law enforcement's tools. So if Cedar-Woolley and Stanwood could get that precedent set, that legal precedent, that these commercial VC-backed with potentially, in my opinion, bad flaws that are privatized spying devices, if they can get them covered as law enforcement intelligence devices that are effective law enforcement tools that need to be protected, then all other kinds of things that are flock adjacent are obviously also going to fall under these kinds of precedents. And let me tell you, while we've been talking about flock, the others have been building. So besides other companies that are just doing fixed cameras and drones, Flock's not the only one doing this. There's others. There's a lot of Flock-like companies that are getting lots of funding right now. Big ones are acoustic sensors and multiple types of mobile platforms designed for events and parking lots. But also, there's a plethora of vehicle and phone combo tracking tools to assign a phone to a vehicle and then use a system that aggregates that information to tell you where that phone and the vehicle are all the time. A lot of AI stuff in here, as you can imagine. Some of the projects and the companies are named Eagle Eye and Open ALRP and RecRoar. These are all names you can look up. Get AC. They offer, and all these companies are building on AI platforms to pull in different law enforcement intel sources, again, using that same language. But the one that I thought was fun is what they're calling smart safety pods. And these are for the bathroom. Also good in hallway spaces where maybe you can't have a camera, but you still want to know everything that's going on. You want to know if somebody vapes, if they smoke. You want to know if a certain word is said. You want to know, of course, temperature and humidity. But what they have is a category called noise anomalies. And this is something that the customer can tune up or down. So it could just be a gunshot. That's sort of like the least intrusive, is it'll alert you if it detects a gunshot.
Sure.
But you can actually dial it all the way up to words. And so if they say an offensive word, so you can go all the way and then it automatically triggers you. This one's really great. There is new technologies to help with crowdsourcing, loitering, basic people counting to keep track of how many people are in there. Oh, and also keep track of words like help me and stop. But the one that I thought was interesting is the companies that are building RF and wireless device detection tools. One of them is called Inpexion or Inpexion. I don't know, Linpexion Aware, which monitors Wi-Fi and Bluetooth beacons to locate and profile devices inside buildings and create an indoor live situal awareness dashboard. which is...
That sounds really cool, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, my data mined, but
right.
okay.
Yeah. Well, they'll know every time you go to your favorite grocery store, and they'll know your whole route through it perfectly, and they'll have it on a dashboard while you're doing it. And then all of this can be sourced, right? Because these are private companies that not only sell this information to governments, but they're also other businesses. Other corporations can be their customers. So this last Wednesday, our local Everett City Council said that the city needs to seek a court judgment regarding the, quote, disclosability of flock camera images. The city spokesperson said that they declined to comment on the pending litigation. There's no documents that are public yet, but, quote, what did they say? The disclosability of flock camera images are the key thing to be decided. Stanwood's cameras have been paused since May while the city is working this out. But I thought this observation by a Linwood resident was really good. Quote, when the decision is made to trade the privacy of everyone who sets foot in the city for convenience of the Linwood Police Department, I believe it's a bridge too far.
Yep.
We are not representing our values as a country. And I think, too, you can see there's data from London and China that show us that the more surveillance goes up, the overall, it's a hard thing to measure, but the overall happiness of your society goes down.
Mm-hmm.
And people become more concerned about what they say or whatnot.
Yep.
And the last thing I'm going to leave you with, and I have a ton of links in the notes because it's really fascinating, just as we started talking about this, how the coverage is really turning and the public perception has really begun to turn. But this clever guy on YouTube, I'll put a link to his whole video in the show notes. It's only 4 minutes long. His name is Shadow Anyone. He came up with, I mean, it's not an ideal solution for this license plate tracking, but it's a kind of reasonable, semi-pragmatic hack that you could apply today or the next time you're at the DMV to sort of avoid this tracking to the best of your ability.
Your life. My tip for you is when you renew your license plates every year, get a new license plate. Yes, it costs, where I am, about $8 more. I could get just a renewal sticker and put it on my plate and save about $8 that year. But if I buy an entirely new plate with a new license plate number on it, it costs me $8 more. What does this do for you? This means if somebody does know the vehicle you drive and they plug your license plate into that one of these databases, they're only going to get the results and hits that come for that new license plate. They're not going to get all that historic data from last year and a year before. So the difference might mean in this example where you're only scarfed up 9 times a year, and that's a low number anymore. Instead of having just 7, 8, 9 hits for this year, they would have had, using your historic tags, another 9 for last year, being 18 hits, and on and back.
I mean, it's not a bad idea, right? It's not perfect.
I mean,
because they could associate your name.
Yeah, I just think about the fact that, like, I take a picture of my license plate and I have the picture saved on my phone so
it's
that
handy.
anytime I'm at a hotel, I
Good
can just
thinking.
pull up that picture or parking for the airport. Like,
Yep, that's
it
a
is
good
kind
idea.
of a pain in the butt. And then also, do you need to let your car insurance know about the license plate change?
Maybe.
Like, there seems to
It does. It would be a hassle, but this is the stupid games we have to play. And the point I wanted to make with this segment is that it's not just a flock problem. And whatever exceptions and norms we set for flock is going to get applied to this entire privatized spying industry that is with the helping of ubiquitous LTE data connection, cheap solar panels, cheap camera lenses thanks to smartphones, VC money, and a little bit of an AI story. They're getting a lot of funding and they're getting a lot of traction. And this is a problem that we are barreling into that is just going to get worse. And so I felt like we had to at least one last time talk about it this year. I know the license plate thing isn't a brilliant idea. If you got a better idea that's not going to get you in trouble, boost it and tell us about it. But how about something a little on the more positive side?
Yes.
A little turkey talk. Time to get that bird in prime.
Well, I'm really excited to say that a legend is back, ladies and gentlemen. Alton Brown is back. He's making YouTube videos once a week.
That's crazy. I was sure he was going to die years ago.
Hi, Alton Brown here. Back in 1999,
So, of course,
Wait, this is current?
This came out last week.
Oh, he looks so much healthier.
Yeah, he lost a bunch of weight, and
Yeah, but now he lost too much weight.
And then you guys gained some of it back, and now he looks just about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so of course he's I think he may own the SEO for Thanksgiving turkey recipe. I mean, he's the OG when it comes to cooking a good bird in your oven, and he's back now with weekly videos, and his first one is reloading the OG roast turkey, because he's done lots of different turkeys, but he's only done the roast turkey in that like 90s Good Eats episode. Little backstory for the kids out there. Good Eats was a television show on the Food TV network done by Alton Brown that sort of took a science approach to baking and cooking and whatever else, roasting, barbecuing, etc. And it really made it work for me, and I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. Still have the Good Eats shows, got his books.
The cookbook, yeah.
Yep. But he's made a few modifications to his family classic, and I'm going to leave it to you to watch the entire thing. But I want to hone in on what I feel like is the most important bit. I know this is a little bit last minute, but it's a PSA for all of you out there. He has refined his brine process. And I think this is, if you take anything away from this week's episode, brine your damn bird.
Mm-hmm.
Please brine your bird. However you cook it, please brine your bird. And Alton's made it really easy. And he's adopted a revolutionary new technique that I never even considered. And that is, he directly puts the frozen bird in the brine. He does not defrost it for 2 or 3 days in the fridge, taking up space.
Right. Because, one of the things was ice cubes, adding ice cubes to it.
You still want to add some so it doesn't go.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But
why not just have a frozen bird? It's a big ice cube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's one of his modifications. And it's a lot of salt. That really comes down to it, because the idea, of course, with a brine is the salt is what kind of gets sucked up by the meat.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why you want to do a long brine, because at first what happens is the meat, kind of like a sponge, it sucks it up and it pulls in that salt. And then over time, it kind of goes back in and out. It kind of flushes in and out. And it kind of creates, as you can imagine, as it's pulling salt in and it's taking moisture out and it's pulling it in and out. And it's dragging that flavor in there. But what it's also doing is it comes in, it's going to eventually trap moisture in that meat. And it gives you a little bit of a mistake buffer while you're cooking.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kosher salt, a little bit of brown sugar, some rosemary, some thyme, some oregano, a little bit of lemon, garlic cloves, black peppercorns, bay leaves, and then you put a whole turkey in there. And his tip, and I completely co-sign, is don't go bigger than a 14-pound bird. If you got a lot of people you need to feed, do 2 14-pound birds. Don't go like a 22-pound turkey, because that's just not gonna cook.
Yeah.
2 14-pound birds. Prepare yourself with a nice brine in like an igloo or some kind of deep, well-insulated container. Thankfully, this time of year, we can often just put it outside.
Mm-hmm.
Some years you can't, some years you can. And you do put a little bit of ice in there, and you submerge that bird in there. You let it go for probably 14 hours. You don't want to go over 24 hours, because then it will get too salty. And, oh, man, it's so great.
Wait, so you're brining the turkey for Thursday?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I
already?
always do.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I mean, have you done it yet?
The process, I don't know. The bird is not frozen, so the process will start a little sooner.
I see.
Closer to cook time.
I see.
But it is funny, because I actually ended up with a extra turkey this year. It's not unusual for us to get 2 turkeys.
Too.
What's going on? Was there an oversupply of turkeys?
No, it's from last year.
Oh.
Yeah, I got it for free with my Safeway purchase. I spent over $100, so they gave me a turkey. Is that what you got?
So the other day, I think it was I don't know, it was late, and we were doing our last minute evening shopping to get food and stuff for the next day for lunch and stuff at work. And so the wife and I, Hadia, are out at Whole Foods, I think it was Whole Paycheck, in Anacortes. It's not a
Paycheck.
Yeah, it's not a normal grocery store we go to. But it was a nicer grocery store, and we needed groceries, and we're like, well, maybe they'll have something we can just eat tonight, and it'll be, because it's a nicer one, right? So we go in, and we're walking around, and we're meandering, and everything's closed down, of course. The bakery, everything's shut down. There's nothing fresh. And we walk back into the fridge section in the back corner of the grocery store, and they have this huge section of Butterball turkeys.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a sign up on there, big yellow sign that says, free Butterball turkey with $150 or more purchase.
Mm-hmm.
And when we both looked at each other and went, oh, that's fun, but we're just here to get lunch. We're not going to spend $150.
So you bought Roblox gift cards, $150. Just kidding.
So, we're shopping and we're like, well, we could get this, and then we wouldn't have to go out and get this for Thanksgiving. We'll just get it now. And I'm like, let's get a thing of whiskey. It's the holidays. We haven't had a little thing of whiskey.
That's a third of it.
Right. Well, so I didn't even think about after that. I wasn't thinking about the turkey.
Yeah.
So we're getting rung up, and sure enough, it's like $167. We're like, oh my God. And so the gal's like, well, and this gal, I loved her. I mean, Ange, she's the perfect example of late-term boomer. She's probably smoked since she was 7 years old. She probably watches Wheel of Fortune and eats a TV dinner every single night. Great gal, super funny, real crass, real wry. And so she's like, yeah, you got a free bird. You should go get, and she's dropping S-bombs. Like, you should, you should go get you should get a free bird. It's a free bird. And I'm like, I wouldn't mind a pracky turkey,
Yeah.
A pracky turkey would be good.
Right.
So I was the one at the payment terminal, and Hadia's like the next one over in line, so she's kind of able to get out. So she's like, all right, I'll go get it. So she's like supermarket sweep style, running to the other end of the grocery store, because it's literally on the other end, right?
Yeah.
So she gets over there, and she picks out like a big 14-pounder, right? So then she's like running back, carrying it across the grocery store. By this time, there's 2 or 3 people in line, and they're looking at me like,
you hate that,
yeah, they're looking at me like, what's going on here, buddy? And I'm like, it's not my fault. The cashier suggested we get the turkey. So Hadia comes back. Now she's got to get around the people.
Yeah.
And then we got to get the turkey, this big, heavy, frozen turkey, over the thing at the counter. And then the gal goes to ring it up. And the cashier scans it. It beeps. And our price just goes up. And the turkey isn't free. We're not getting any discount. And she's like, well, that's not right.
Did she have to hit subtotal?
So she subtotals it out. And she's like, okay, well, I'll take the turkey off and add it back again. Well, that doesn't work. So then she does this. She starts working this thing like she's been using it for 30 years, and it was an old system. She's banging buttons everywhere. Bap 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 bap. Prints out a whole receipt.
Probably.
Oh yeah, and grumbling. Prints out the whole receipt. Clears the thing in like 3 seconds. Rescans the receipt. Everything re-imports, and then she re-adds the turkey. She thinks she's got it, and the turkey doesn't come off.
Is it because sales tax? Did you have to buy a candy bar to push it over the 150 pre-sales tax?
She calls the manager over, and the manager's looking at the receipt. He takes a while to waddle over, so these people are really starting to get.
Oh my gosh!
They're getting a little upset.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I understand. It's late. They just want to go home.
Yeah.
And it's all over a stupid turkey.
Yeah.
So he comes over and he's looking at it, and he can tell the situation's getting a little dicey.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Oh, it just doesn't make any sense. All right, come on, folks." And he moves over. We're like, it's fine. We'll just go. We don't need the turkey.
And
he's like, no. It's in the ad. And he goes and he leaves, and we're like, no, it's fine. He's like, no, I'll be right back. He goes and he gets the paper, and he comes back with the ad. He's like, right here. You spend this money, you get this turkey. We're going to make sure you get it. Nobody else has had this problem today. You're getting your turkey. Like, okay, all right. So he's running through the math, and he realizes, oh, it's the whiskey. Booze doesn't count towards the purchase price, the total.
What?
Yeah. They're like,
how? Is it because of all the fees and stupid stuff that Washington puts on alcohol?
Probably.
Oh my
so
gosh.
We're like, he's like, but you're only a few bucks off. And so we start looking around. And
candy bars.
Yeah, grabbing candy bars and gummy bears and whatnot and gum. And he's like, okay, well, you should be over now, but it's not ringing up as a free turkey. So the guy busts out his iPhone, and he's got the full printed receipt itemized, and he's sitting there line by line.
No.
Yeah. And we're standing around.
Ain't nobody got time for this.
It's like, don't need this turkey. Right?
Holy crap.
And somehow this is all my fault now. In the way Hadia tells this story, this is all my fault somehow. And of course, the extra spin on it is we didn't have a room in our home fridge for a turkey. Right. So it's at her office in her fridge. So she's just got a turkey taking up space at her work. But so the guy runs the math up on the iPhone and realizes, oh, it's the sales tax.
Yeah.
On the booze.
I knew it. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Still doesn't count because it's crazy high. So we still had to go get a couple of more items.
That's so stupid.
So I grabbed these horrible, they make them their caramels. I thought, well, these should be delicious. They were not. I tossed them.
Right.
But it got us over the price, so now I got this dumb pracky turkey.
Mm-hmm. You should have saved those caramels for the kids' stockings.
Well, they're horrible. I don't even know.
Sucks to be them.
Let's go one way to get them not to eat candy.
Yeah.
But when am I gonna cook this? When am I gonna cook this turkey? I don't know.
Yeah, well, there's not going to be a prac turkey.
I know it's
before Thursday. It's the day after tomorrow.
It may be a post-show turkey. I don't know.
Huh. A weekend turkey.
Yeah, maybe. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna brine that damn thing. You better believe it.
That was turkey talk.
Wait, so
a little public service word. Brine that bird.
Brine that bird. Yeah.
So you bought the other one. You intentionally bought the other one.
Yeah, the one we're going to have at Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is from our place where we get our beef and all of that. It should be really high quality. But, maybe the Butterball's good. I don't know.
Yeah.
We tried a different turkey, too. Like, they tried all that. There was, like, going back and exchanging turkeys. Maybe it was a bad turkey.
Safeway did me a solid, or did everybody a solid. When I did that big grocery run, they had a freezer by the checkout counters with turkeys in it. But they had a limit. It couldn't be over 20 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think it ended up being 19.99 pounds.
That's a big
or something.
bird still.
Yeah,
That's a big bird.
It is. Yeah, it's been taking up the freezer space.
It's really big. It takes a while for them to defrost from that big, too. It can take a whole week. All right, you know what time it is, don't you?
Yes.
Now's the time. It's the song of the week. Remember, you can boost the track. They sure like that.
All right, this week our song is by Abel James, who captures what they say is the fat sound of blues and rock music at its peak with big vocals, swampy grooves, and a honkin' horn section. I mean, you can almost smell the beer and the cigarettes. This is from their album Swamp Thing, and this is Voodoo Queen.
Life weighs me down with complication. Heavy troubles I can't carry very far. So I set my worries down and find salvation at that old back door, backstreet smoky bar. When I just need some sanctuary, when that cold, cruel world has knocked me to my knees, then you'll know just where you'll find me. I'll be right here singing songs of sweet release. And I thank God for the blues to heal my soul and set me free. Now sing it with me if your heart's been blue. Thank God for the blues. So I flip the latch on that dusty, musty case, raise that ragged lid and smell the years. Slide my fingers up those trusty, rusty strings. Let that old guitar cry my tears. And I thank God for the blues to heal my soul and set me free. Now sing it with me if your heart's been bruised. Thank God for the blues.
I'm just going to make a quick call to the launch. I haven't checked in since yesterday. 774-462-5667. That's it. All right. 774-462-5667. Call now.
I like you. You're a hot ticket.
Well, we do have a few voicemails to get to this week. And Mark from Northern Michigan kicks it off as our first caller.
Hey, guys. Mark from Northern Michigan. Calling in with another question. Last week it was a question for you, Chris. This week it's a question for Andrews. And the question I'm going to ask is one that I ask all prospective engineers in our interviews. And it's a way to just kind of figure out who they are outside of the normal engineering things. So if you were to open up your browser on your home computer right now, what tabs would you automatically be browsing? It's a great way to break the ice and kind of get to know them outside of numbers and concepts. So that's the question for you. And then, Chris, get you a suggestion for a book this morning. I kind of found over time talking with different book people and bookstores in the airports as I've traveled is to go outside of the norm of what an author typically writes and find something that's outside his or her normal genre.
Sure.
And I've had great success with that. So I don't recall the name of the author, but you can find the book quickly. But the book is called The Jester. The author typically writes crime novels, but this is a medieval novel, really big book. It'll take you quite a while to finish it, but about a guy who gets sent back in time. And I think you might enjoy it. I got a big kick out of it, and it drew my attention for quite a while.
Thank you, Mark.
Talk to you all later.
All right, I wrote it down.
Gosh, what's interesting is I don't like time travel in books. I don't like going back, and forth in time.
Yeah.
But I wonder if I could handle a time travel book.
Yeah.
Right? Like one intentionally about time travel.
All right, so if you opened up your browser right now.
Yeah. I was getting nervous. I'm like, holy crap. Like, you could have let me know in advance.
I didn't know. I didn't preview it.
Oh, yeah, bullshit.
I didn't.
Okay.
I preview part of it just to know who it is, and then I save it for the show,
see.
so I'm fresh.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, I didn't know that. All right. So the first tab is Facebook. Lame. It kind of puts my age. Okay. So Facebook and then my Gmail.
Okay. That's good.
And then calendar.
Sure.
I used to have Instagram on there, but I don't anymore. I got signed out at one point. I don't know how to get back in. So I used to have my social medias,
Sure.
That and Twitter and Plurk and
of course JupiterBroadcasting.com.
Well, okay, so here's what I was going to say is I utilize the bookmarks toolbar and folders.
Oh, yeah.
And I scroll click. If I need to post on all the social medias.
Boom, open them all up.
Yeah. Scroll click. Do you want to open 20 tabs? Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm,
Actually, I do use Hootsuite, for that. But you get the point of it. So, yeah, that's basically it. Everything else is random or to-dos or like right now I have Costco.com open because I'm going to Instacart because I am not stepping foot in Costco.
Not this time of year.
2 days before Thanksgiving. But I need stuff, and they don't have strawberries.
Although if you had camera glasses, it'd be quite the thing to go record. I want to mention I started re-listening to the Bobverse from book 1 last week after the episode.
Yeah.
I started playing it. I'm like, why not? Let's go. I've been enjoying it. Yep. And I listen for like 20 minutes a night with Bobverse because I've already heard it once, so it's great for that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. Now, we have a caller from Thursday past. I don't think he gave us his name, but he's a time traveler, obviously.
Hey, Launch. It's Thursday, and I'm finally finishing this week's episode. 2 quick things on conferences like you're talking about Linux Fest. I have been in the habit since early days in my career of writing a trip report because it was required. I've found that writing those and sharing them after any event makes management a lot easier to convince to let you go to the next one because everybody else gets a little bit out of it. And then the other is Google Voice. I'm calling you from Google Voice now.
All right.
I've had Google Voice also since Grand Central days and use it for everything because my employer gives me a phone for work.
Nice, yeah.
And I just have Google Voice on it, so I have 2 numbers and no bill. That's been great for the last 9 years, roughly.
Genius.
And The reason Google keeps it around is now I have Google Fiber for the last few years. Yeah, I know. We're lucky in Raleigh. And it is how you get a landline number from Google. They give you a little TA, and it logs into Google Voice. So thankfully, that means Google Voice should be with us a good long time. And I forgot to say at the beginning, this is Kevin in Raleigh.
Thanks, Kevin.
Have a great week.
Thank you. You know, his point about the trip report is not only a good idea for an employer, but as somebody who goes to these things, I can tell you, you don't think it's going to happen because you have so much fun. It's such a vibrant experience. And then you get 3 months away from it, it really fades for me.
Yeah, it does.
Having a trip report probably would help with that.
Trip Stitch. So speaking of Linux Fest, I don't think I've mentioned this, but Seddermeyer Hall is going to be open again.
I was wondering. Good.
The original exhibition?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay. Like it sounded like something.
Like exhibitionist?
Right. Okay. Yes. Exhibition Hall. I did not say exhibition.
You know what? Because I also sometimes I just say Expo Hall.
Expo Hall, yes.
Yeah.
So the original Expo Hall, the big open one with all the booths, like it's going to be so good.
Yes.
And if you're listening and your company might want to sponsor, the sponsorship prospectus is being finalized this week, and we'll have that available. There's like lanyard sponsorship. There's swag bag sponsorship.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Are we doing the Brandywine again?
You know, it's on there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like,
I was just curious.
I'm trying to remember.
But I'm very excited about
We do have, I think, 4
Yeah.
parties.
Yeah. There's a lot of partying going on.
Yeah.
Plus, then sometimes we have a little party at Jupe's, too.
Yeah,
so.
there's the game night. There's the Friday after party. There's the Saturday after party. Actually, I think the Saturday is a double. So, yeah, TBA.
We will have a good time, and I'm very excited Expo Hall's back.
I know.
That's great news. I meant to ask you last week, and I forgot.
Yeah. One thing that we were hoping for was the cafeteria to actually, the culinary students to be able to do food, but that's not looking like a thing. So, but stay tuned.
That's a treat because that was a special aspect of the Linux Fest Northwest recipe was the barbecued salmon and stuff.
Yeah. Well, and the cafeteria is where we've been doing the Expo Hall for the last couple of years. So, everybody's familiar with it already.
Yeah. Okay, you ready for the next one?
Yep.
This comes from Captain T-Rex.
Hey, it's, I guess, listener Vincent, also Captain T-Rex, and that's hard to say out loud. In the Matrix chat room, you guys, the song choices you have, I started listening to the lyrics, and it sounds like a silent cry for help. Do you guys need help? Thanks.
Are lyrics quiet? Well, maybe. Maybe they're a quiet cry for help. That could be. Maybe some songs are. Thank you for carrying, T-Rex. We appreciate you. Hybrid Sarcasm calls in.
Hey, it's Hybrid Sarcasm calling in from Florida. Hey, wanted to mention, talking about privacy with the flock cameras and whatnot, I thought you might be interested in what Facebook is doing. I know, surprise, surprise. My wife has a Facebook account, and sometimes I use it to go on Marketplace. And I thought, you know what? Let me make my own account. That way it'll be easier, and I don't have to be getting on her iPad and whatnot. And I'll only use it, for Marketplace. I'm not going to post, whatever. I can tolerate that. So I go to sign up and do the email and all that. And finally, I go to log on for the first time, and they want me to take a video selfie of myself.
Yep.
And, hold the camera up and rotate my head and, do the thing. For iPhone users, it's similar to what you do to set up Face ID. And I'm like, what? I'm not usually shocked by the things I hear about and privacy and what companies are doing, but this shocked me. It's like, why do they need a video? And I'm not gonna. What are they going to do with it? Why would they even need it? I didn't trust anything, so I haven't done it. And I read a few things online that you can get around it and whatnot, and I haven't bothered with it. But some of us older folks probably either have Facebook accounts and haven't had to deal with this, or some of the newer folks don't deal with Facebook, so they haven't experienced this. So I wasn't sure how many folks in our audience would know about this, but yeah, Facebook wants to do video selfies for new accounts, and that seems pretty weird. So what do you guys think?
It's gross.
Yeah, so I had to do that for the IRS a couple years ago. I
Yep.
needed to pay a large, like I had received some money and I had to pay a large tax ahead, so that I don't get penalized.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to do that. And it's like, just shut up and take my money.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to pay you on time, the way you want. But then also my work right now is trying to implement MFA. And I'm fine with that. I have the Okta app on my phone. I have done everything in it except set up face recognition.
They want to do face scanning for that?
Yeah. That is what is stopping my
You don't need
MFA
to
on my
do that.
I know. I personally have no interest in doing
No.
any kind of facial, like I have
I
it
know.
disabled on my
They make you do it at the TSA now, too, for getting on the plane.
Look,
You can refuse, but then they give you the side eye. That's not good. And it's not just Facebook. There's several services. I think Roblox is doing it. Other services are rolling this out.
Yeah, so Dylan came to me the other day and was like, I need my passport. And I was like, why?
Yep.
Because he got banned on TikTok
Yep.
and has to prove who he is.
Yeah, you might post a spicy meme.
Yeah.
You might, and they want to be able to track it back to you. If they do, we got a live caller, Andrews. Let's see if I can bring him in. You never know how this is going to work. It's always, we got a name there. You see the name?
It looks like Mark.
Hello, Mark. Are you on the line there with us?
Oh gosh, you got to go tell everyone my first name, don't you?
Oh,
no.
Let's see. We can cut that.
We can
Sorry.
edit that.
I can't
out.
actually see it from the screen.
I'm just playing. I don't care. I just want to call and say Happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, thank you. Are you doing anything for Thanksgiving?
Going to visit some family and have some family here as well. So, bunch of family.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure that'll be fun. Traveling around in California on Thanksgiving is going to be great. It's going to be great. Will you do me a favor? Will you make sure they brine their bird?
We'll find out.
Make sure
the chef is educated in chefery, so.
Okay, well, then they're going to brine their bird. They'll brine their bird then.
That's right.
All right. Well, you have yourself a good Thanksgiving, for goodness sake, all right?
Hey, maybe save that extra turkey for Linux Fest Northwest, We'll have some Thanksgiving turkey at Linux Fest.
Well, it's already defrosting, but that isn't a bad
Put it
idea.
in the freezer.
Well, bring mine.
Yeah, there you go. That's a big one. All right. Thank you, quote unquote, Mark.
See you guys.
Bye.
All right, one last voicemail before we get out of here. This one comes from our buddy Magnolia Mayhem.
Hey, it's Magnolia. I'm sitting out here outside of work after I just got off, and I figured I'd call the show. I wasn't even supposed to be at work today. But apparently somebody doesn't respect the sanctity of a day off. But anyway, I was thinking earlier about the way that free software, but especially Linux, has been viewed differently over the years. Because I can remember, there's a time I had somebody think I was hacking the hotel I was at because dropped to a command line while I was sitting in the lobby of this hotel, and over the years this perception has kind of changed a lot, and I'm really interested in what other people's ideas of how that perception has changed, what those ideas are, because I was just thinking about we live in a world now where people know what Linux is. You can just say it. You can just say, hey, this is the thing that I use or whatever, and people know what you're talking about. And I have never lived in that world. I think it's crazy, but does everybody think that means we're winning? I'm really interested in opinions on that.
Yeah, I don't know about that. About if it means we're winning. It's interesting because I think the same fate is probably true for Bitcoin as well, is when it's new, it's this movement, it's this ideology, it's your Richard Stallman types, it's this we're going to change the world. And then when you actually get widespread adoption, it becomes sort of just the plumbing, and we don't really think about it. And it is interesting. I do agree that there was, for a very long time in my life, I would say the word Linux, and people would have no idea. So when they'd ask me what I do, I couldn't even say I make Linux podcasts or something like that. I couldn't even say that because they might not know what a podcast is, and they didn't know what Linux was. And now you could just say, oh yeah, I do podcasts. We talk about technology and Linux and open source. There's no problem.
Yep.
So it's much easier. It's an interesting observation. Thanks for sharing it with us, Mr. Mayhem. And thank you, everybody, for calling in. We would love it if you call in and leave us a voicemail.
Call the launch. We're standing by. 774-462-5667. That's the line.
Yeah, call the launch. Come on now. Come on, call the launch, and we'd love to hear from you. We do have a few boosts to get to. And our baller booster this week is Mr. Turd Ferguson
Turd Ferguson.
with 33,333 sats. Birthday boost for Andrews.
Woohoo!
Have you ever been tempted to combo your birthday with Thanksgiving? Oh, boy.
Okay, well, there's two things that come to mind. One, my grandma, she passed away like 8 or 9 years ago now, and she was like the matron. Is that the right word? She was
the
like,
maitre d' or whatever. The
like she got our whole family together.
Not the maitre d', that's
like,
not right.
No, it's
Monarch,
not. Matron.
no.
Oh, yeah. I think it is monarch.
The queen.
Yeah, the queen.
The chief organizer.
Yes. Judge and jury. Matriarch.
The matriarch. That's the
Okay,
word. That's,
thank you.
Thank
yes,
you. Yeah.
Magnolia. So anyway, we would get together for every holiday, and Thanksgiving, obviously, and then because there were like 35 of us family members, there was birthdays at every single holiday that we got together with, and sometimes when there wasn't a holiday, we'd get together for those birthdays.
But it wasn't always great to combo them. There's pros and cons to comboing the birthday and Thanksgiving.
For sure. Like for example, I wasn't able to go to Thanksgiving one year.
Right.
No, it was Christmas. Well, actually, both at some point.
That can combo happen to and then you don't get to go to your own birthday.
2010, couldn't go to Christmas because my kids were sick, and I think my great grandma was still alive and like 99, but they got me. Oh, I wasn't able to go to Thanksgiving that year either. So yeah, my birthday gifts were there. The lamps that I wanted for the birth of Abby.
And they wouldn't give them to you.
No. And so I got them on January 4th. Abby was born January 5th. I literally brought her to the Albertsons, now Safeway, on 4th and told her I was in this aisle buying light bulbs in labor. Like I was in labor with you, standing there, having contractions.
These lamps were important.
They were very important for the ambiance, you know,
the vibe.
For the home birth. So anyway, yes, every year. And it never, obviously, so my birthday is the 21st. Thanksgiving is the 4th Thursday of November. Sometimes my birthday ended up like a day or two before Thanksgiving. And sometimes it was like 8 or 9 days later. So I either had to wait or it was just shortly after. Definitely comboed them. Now, though, not really, but I will be the matriarch. So
I wonder how Abby feels because I often combo, well, not me, but my dad combos her birthday and Christmas a lot.
Right.
So,
yeah, I have not comboed her birthday and Christmas ever.
No. But that's that happens. I bet you there must be folks out there that have the same thing. Boost in and give us your story. Next boost, thank you, Turd. Next boost comes from Woodland Geeks. And it's 4,200 sats.
Oh.
This boost is for Angela.
Read this whole thing.
Happy birthday to Angela. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I'm going to get kicked off YouTube. Happy birthday to you. And no, you don't live in a zoo. And Woodland Geeks is Mark from Northern Michigan. Okay. Hello, Mark.
Not Mark from California.
We do. It's funny because our zoo here is named Woodland Park Zoo.
Yeah, it is.
Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny?
Yeah, and you didn't read the lol. I was curious if you'd say lol or LOL. I really wanted to know.
Where's the lol in there?
After
you're
zoo.
Right. And you don't live in a zoo. Lol.
Okay. Lol.
I love the ironic lol. I think it's good.
Yeah, you skipped right over it. Unimportant.
Yeah. Well, I incorporated it into the tone is what okay, all right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Mark. And have a great Turkey Day. Adversary 17 is back with 16,384 sats. Yeah, that ain't bad at all. There might also be a lack of staffing angle in all this flock stuff. Oh, yeah, that's definitely part of it is police budgets. Although the money they're spending on these cameras, they could probably hire a couple of people. Police officers are in high demand, at least here in the Midwest. Many people don't want to be police officers anymore because the media blasts them for anything they do. Now, this might just be in my area, but the small rural towns have been becoming increasingly bigger targets for crime by city gangs because they can get away with it and then disappear while being outside the jurisdiction of the rural town. Yeah, I think the staffing is probably what opened the door to this, is what my thinking is, adversaries. Now, it doesn't take away from the massive privacy compromise that we're making, right, obviously. And I'm not necessarily opposed to some tooling like this when implemented in the right way with the right public disclosures and processes and protections in place. I think one of the things I don't like is this sort of shared database aspect of Flock where you can be in Florida and pull up traffic cameras here in the town of Arlington in Washington. It just doesn't make any sense to me on privacy. Some of that's getting locked down, but that to me can't be excused
Do you
away
know where
with.
this started? This started with red light cameras.
Yeah, it really does. That is the slippery
'cause
slope.
I have gone through a couple intersections totally while it's green lately, and
Absolutely.
but I have thought, oh gosh, is that one of those intersections? Like I can't keep track of which ones they are.
I know.
Hate it.
Yeah, but I think he does bring up a good point. It's just, I think it's sort of the problem that created the solution. All right, Southern Fried Sassafras back with a road dicks. 222 sats. 2,220 sats. Another time travel boost from the Apple event episode. Ange made a comment about being hesitant to get her Apple Watch wet.
Yes.
Well, don't be. I take mine lap swimming all the time and have for years with the same watch. It's really interesting to go back and look at how Pulse tracks with the sets. No call from me this week. However, I did hear from your propane guy, and I need to have a word with him since I'm burning PTO. And some background noise level with the kids exceeds the OSH approved levels.
OSHA.
Yeah, have a safe work environment. You know,
I mean,
I've actually swam with my.
He turns on the thing, right, that closes the vents.
Well, it doesn't close the vents. What it does is it generates a percussive tone after you turn it off to blow the water out.
Right, but he's activating that, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I would think so.
If you put it, I think if you put it in a swim workout mode, I think it turns that on by default. I've done it too.
Yeah.
I swam with my watch. So I have no problem in a swimming pool or like in a river with the watch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't take it in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder about hot tubs.
Oh.
Because I've often been sitting in like a pretty warm hot tub and realized, am I cooking this watch?
Yeah. Okay, well, so here's the other thing. I have a not Velcro, but I have a fabric.
Yeah, I do too,
band.
actually, now.
I will get a rash if it stays wet on me.
Yeah.
You know, like it's super uncomfortable.
This band would not work for swimming.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That is a thing. You got to have the right band for that. They do have them, but I don't know if you could use them.
Also, an update from a couple of previous shows. I was able to turn off that stupid full to charge setting. Like it has to be done on the watch, and I was able to turn it off because the other day, like when I charge it in the morning, I have to sit there and say charge. You know, I have to go back and forth and bring up. At first, it'll say it's charging, and then I have to bring it up again, and then it'll say full to charge. I have to press the button. It's stupid, but it wouldn't give me the prompt the other day, and it was at like 78%, and I couldn't figure out why. And I thought, oh gosh, I just did the update, and it stopped charging after the update. And what am I going to do? This is going to die today. You know? And so I was freaking out.
Yeah.
And then I looked at the like the little graph of the charging, and it said last optimized charge was this morning or that morning.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, okay, I'm turning that off. Like
it's trying to eke out the battery life because it's not good for the battery to go to 100% often.
Sure.
But then like if it's not lasting all day.
Okay, but here's the thing. It's artificially making me work with a lower battery already.
Right.
Like if it's not going to get above 88%, then
that is,
how about I just charge it to 100%, feel good about it, and it just doesn't, you know.
Yeah. And
it's stupid.
It's like it doesn't if the watch.
I hate it.
They're trying to preserve the battery life that doesn't last long enough for you.
Yeah.
Right. It's just it's them trying to do the right thing. Yeah. Don't know about it though. Thank you for the boost, Southern Fried. Musical Coder's here with 4,242 sats.
Put some macaroni and cheese on there, too.
And he says, happy B-Day, Andrews.
Woohoo! Thank you.
How about that? Love the birthday boost.
Yeah.
Jasco's here with 5,000 sats.
I am programmed in multiple techniques.
Well, I loved your PSA on the fear marketing of Anthropic. One thing that has always puzzled me is why they're begging for regulation. Maybe to make their red tape in the way of new competition. Yeah. And happy belated birthday to Andrews.
Awesome.
So it's called a regulatory moat because the companies that can afford to comply with the regulations are the big companies, the ones that are here, the incumbents, and the small little companies, they just get crushed by the cost of trying to comply with what the regulation would be. So this is the Mark Zuckerberg approach with Facebook and Meta after the election. It was throw yourself to the regulators and let the regulators design something that basically enshrines your monopoly.
Jeez.
You know, it's a weird, like, because the way that the tech industry started is they were very anti-DC. Silicon Valley and DC literally could not be further apart in the country, and they saw things very differently. And then in the last decade or so, Silicon Valley has realized there's no avoiding the federal government anymore. They're big, they're here, and this is the way to kind of navigate that, and this is the strategy they've deployed. It's quite crazy. Thank you, Jasco, for that boost. Thank you, everybody who boosted in 8 of you stream sats. Still trying to get that number up a little bit. Collectively stacking 14,974 sats. When you combine it with our boosters who sent us a message, we got a collective 80,355 sats.
Fun will now commence.
Oh! Now, of course, you can boost with Fountain FM. They make it easy, and they've got some updates around the corner. They're going to make it even easier. There's a whole plethora of apps, though, over at newpodcastapps.com. And then, of course, there's the Albie Hubway, where you can self-host it all yourself. Thank you, everybody who boosts in, and thank you to our members who support this show. No advertisers, just our audience.
Chris found a gem, an easy flip. Let's cash it in. It's barely standing, kinda scary, but potential's extraordinary. Just trust me, it's a winner. Just trust me, it's a winner.
This one's a local Washington deal, right in old fancy Edmonds, and it's very much on the water. It's $95,000 for intertidal land right next to the train tracks. But they've been having a hard time selling it. The price was just recently dropped because it does go underwater half the day when the tide comes in.
Really?
They're actually selling a chunk of land.
Shore, beachfront.
Yeah, like a tiny slice of the beachfront on the other side of the train tracks.
That's weird.
That goes underwater.
And what a weird, it's trapezoidal.
Yeah, it's a weird shape.
So
what do you even use it for?
Well, and how do you even indicate property lines?
I don't know. 4.8 acres.
Who owns the land next to it?
Here's the description. It's a unique opportunity to own nearly 5 acres of vacant tidal land in Edmonds, located near the railroad tracks. This expansive parcel, I thought they said expensive. This expansive parcel offers water access. Yeah, it sure does. And is only surrounded by the natural beauty of the Puget Sound. That's also very true. It's zoned for family single residential.
No. How?
It represents, here you go, Ange, a long-term potential for conservation, recreation, and maybe a creative use that you could just come up with something.
I mean,
you have to do your own due diligence.
Boat, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, a place to moor a boat. I don't know. But
Weird.
I bet you can't put a boat launch there.
That's weird.
Isn't that funny? But $95K. I don't know any Seattle waterfront property that's that cheap. So there's that.
Okay.
All right. So you know me, I love a house with a theme. I think it's basically turnkey ready to turn around and make it a rental or a popular Airbnb. You need that theme. And this one is set on 80 acres of land where they've built in improvised hiking trails that have been recently refurbed on. It's 20 minutes from Big Bend National Park, so you're going to have a lot of tourists in your area.
Okay.
It is clocking in at a hefty $2.1 million.
Oh, I'm going to click on it.
Sleeps up to 11 with 4 bedrooms, and it has a cozy hideaway.
What is that?
It's a really weird, narrow building on what looks like a Star Trek alien world. Doesn't it?
Or the moon.
Yeah, the moon if it had a couple of bushes on it, a couple of little shrubs. So it's a very narrow, tall building with giant water silos in the back. It's got a classic, like, prehistoric landscape around it. And then the gimmick.
Oh my, that's so funny. I was scrolling perfectly with your speech.
So the living room has
an airplane.
Like the first half of a jumbo jet fuselage in it. And they've made that a bedroom and a living room. With
oh my gosh, that
theater
is
seating.
so funny. Yeah, well, the theater seating is flight.
Yep, the
chairs.
flight chairs, yep. And they've converted the cockpit into a bit of a working area.
This is weird.
So you're in like a flight hangar. The interior of the house looks like a flight hangar with the corrugated metal walls. They do have a washer and dryer and a little kitchen area in the hangar.
Yeah, it looks like a quadruple wide container house.
Yes.
Is what it looks like on the outside, and also multiple stories.
Yeah. Yeah, a couple stories
Tall.
high, and of course it's fitting half of a 747 or whatever that thing is.
That is so weird.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a cool delineation from rooms.
Right, and they've done so they've stripped the inside of the airplane down to its metal siding to kind of lean into this aesthetic. So it's not like an interior cabin of an airplane, but stripped down to the metal, and then they've put LED lighting in there to kind of accent the design architecture.
Well, that's not true because look, all the controls are still there.
Yeah, in the cockpit. Yeah. In the cockpit.
Okay. Yeah. In the cockpit.
But in the living room and the bedroom, they've kind of stripped it down. Yeah. The cockpit's
That's
almost original.
This is so weird.
I know. This is the weirdest house. I think one of the weirdest houses I've ever seen. Imagine so they've got like a kitchen table and you're sitting under the cone of the nose of the jet. That's where the kitchen table's at. $2.1 million, but I'm telling you, it's turnkey ready.
This
20
is the
minutes from
best
Big
picture.
Ben. Yeah, they have cool lighting in there.
Yeah,
and
the nighttime and you see an airplane through the windows.
Yeah, because they have big front windows on this crazy, strange design of a house.
Wow. No.
Yeah, it's still too much.
Yeah.
It's $2.1 million.
In the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Where's the nearest grocery store?
Well, probably near Big Bend. I don't know.
It sleeps up to 11 people?
Yeah. I mean, it would be a killer Airbnb. And then you'd have a story to tell. Hey, you wouldn't believe this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't believe this
It
crazy.
is a gimmick house.
Yeah.
For sure.
Links in the notes. Of course, check those out. Check out the notes at weeklylaunch.rocks. You can check out that and the other things and all the links about the cascade of coverage on the flock cameras. And then, of course, we want to hear about your holiday prep routines, any turkey success or fail stories that you have over the next week. Call in or send us a boost with those.
Or Black Friday.
Oh, you get a good deal? You mean like if they get a good deal?
Or
Ooh.
whatever. Like whatever.
Yeah. Yes.
Maybe you stayed home for that. Maybe you risked going to a store. Maybe you forgot it was Black Friday and got stuck in the stupidest line.
Speaking of Black Friday, oh God, that would suck. We still have, I think, the promo code SOS. You can use if you go to Jupiter.party. The discount is so good, I don't want to say what it is on air. I don't even want to admit on air how good the discount is. But if you want to become
go find out.
Yeah, Jupiter.party, promo code SOS.
Now, keep in mind, you get the pre and post show.
Yeah. You get the bootleg version of this show. Of course, you also can get access to the special features for Linux Unplugged as well. So it's a great way to support both shows, the network, and future shows, and even eventually one day this week in Bitcoin, I would imagine. We'll see. But for right now, you really want to get in there just to get the bootleg version of this show and Linux Unplugged because there's a lot more show. There's a lot more. All right, that's it for us. We're going to go stuff our faces. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and we want to see you live next Tuesday when we get back. Of course, you can catch it in your podcast app of choice Wednesday morning. And enjoy it as you please. From the beautiful Pacific Northwest and the mighty American West Coast, thank you for listening, and we'll see you right back here on The Launch next week. Thank you, Drew. Appreciate you.
Okay.
Happy Turkey Day to you, too.
So, gosh, when was it? It was maybe 2014.
What's this? What are we trying to remember?
We went to 3 Thanksgivings.
Oh, yeah. That was probably the craziest
and
one
we got
ever
home
did.
at like, I don't know, 9:30 or 10.
It was, and remember, this is winter, so it's dark and crappy out.
Yeah, and we're all wearing, long sleeves and whatever.
Yeah.
And earlier in the day, Dylan had like a random bump on his head, and nobody had seen him fall, and so we couldn't figure out. He must have been 3, so maybe 2013. Anyway, and no, it was probably 12. So I'm taking off his clothes to get him in pajamas, and his extremities are covered in hives.
Yeah.
Just giant hives.
Good times.
He's on day 9 of antibiotics for an ear infection. Turns out penicillin allergy.
Yep.
Thanksgiving night. And so I had to try to find a 24-hour pharmacy that was open so I could get Benadryl. So I actually had to go out, in the Black Friday.
It might have even been snowing.
Traffic. Yeah.
In my memory, it's like freezing cold out.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then, of course, I called the doctor's office on Friday, and they're like, well, if he's had any medication, he can't come in. Like, what? Like, it got worse. The Benadryl was not helping. Like, it was horrible. Anyway, him and I are allergic to everything.
Yeah. That was a crazy Thanksgiving. That was crazy.
It was. And so that really weird bump that we saw that had gone away was the hives, but everything was hidden under
below
his
the
clothes.
line. Yeah.
Super crazy.
Well, if you watch it live, then what you got to do is go listen to a previous episode. Back catalog, and then boost in our column with some ideas from a thread that we picked up and dropped. There's always a lot of those.
Who are you talking to?
To Mayhem and Jasco, because they're like, well, we like watching live, but now we don't have anything to listen to tomorrow.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I want to challenge. So several of our listeners listen with their kids. I would like their kids to call and leave
that'd
a
be
voicemail.
cute.
Yes.
Do that.
That would be fantastic. We'll have to ask in the show so that because we don't know if they're party members or live members.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to pick our titles. Suggestions good. Let's let it rip. Thank you, Mr. Mayhem. Yeah, let it rip. Let's do it. Let's pick this sucker. It's time to figure out what we're going to call this episode. I do have a backup, but let's let him start filtering it. Terrible turkey tips. All AI want for we should save the all AI want for Christmas. We should do a holiday episode, and we should.
Yes, you're right. That would be good.
Real live leaks, carpet woes, Campbell Scramble. But Campbell Scramble's good, but that was pre-show.
I want Anthrax Andrews swag in the JV garage. But, we do need to do a swag for the holidays, not necessarily holiday themed or
What we need is an audience member who's totally in sync with us on swag and just like pops ideas over our way sometimes, and we're like, let's do it.
Yeah. Because, we're ready to get something there, but
flock for the family.
Not sure what that should be. I liked your segment title of...
what was it?
Another flocking update.
Yeah,
I read it with attitude.
Rooted and widespread was the pre-show tease I came up with. Rooted and widespread, but I don't like it. I don't love it. Another flocking update isn't bad. At least it tells you what it is.
Oh, wait, but wasn't that... Wait. That was in the pre-show, though.
No. That's I was after the catching up with Andrews.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, it was AI that we covered.
Yeah.
Brine
that bird. Brine that damn bird, please.
I wanted to say brine dat bird because that's how you would say it.
Brine that bird.
But I'm not sure people are going to be happy with DAT.
What was it that was just suggested that I liked? You said another flocking update. Is that good? Should we go with that? Or would that turn people away? Because I've talked about it way too damn much. A lot of titles coming in. You guys are on fire. Some good ones in there from Mr. West Payne. Freeze in turkey.
Yeah, I really liked that all AI want for Christmas.
Yeah.
We do need to use that. We should probably come up with our top 5 things that we would want to receive or like to receive or something. Oh, wait, well, does it have to be AI related? Does it have to be intelligent? Is AI intelligent?
If you ask, it'll say yes.
Yeah. Funny story. I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago, I was at my mom's house and my little sister was peeling the potatoes for Thanksgiving and she cut herself twice. And I was like, move over. I got this. And then I also cut myself. And there's a super easy way to de-skin potatoes. You just get one of those grates that you put inside, the grids, for cooling cookies, right? And you set that on top of a bowl, and then you just smash the potato through it. The skin, the insides go through, and the skin just kind of stays on the top.
Well, I'm not loving any of these. I have to be honest. There's good ones. 22 of them. What do we think of a flocking update? Is that good? Another flocking update?
Another flocking update.
Rooted and widespread.
No
such thing as a free turkey.
Oh, I did like a plain house, though. And anybody that's familiar with the show is probably going to know that is at the end of the show.
I like the Campbell Scramble, too. I'll be right back. I don't think that was in the... Yeah, that was in the thing.
The Campbell Scramble. I was going to mention earlier, now I'm just going to vamp. So there is a nature walking park across from Boeing in Everett called Narbeck. And it's really nice. There's like wooden pathways where it would be too wet to walk. But there is this one route that you can take, and you can smell the Campbell's facility that's nearby. And you would think, oh, it probably smells like soup. No, it doesn't. It smells like coffee. And it smells good. I don't even like coffee. So, that's my Campbell's experience. All right. Flocking turkey trackers. I am getting some giant garlic, and I'm going to try to roast it and not get a migraine, but that's such is my life with sensitivity to life. I will try. Yeah, I can't wait for Thanksgiving. We've mentioned recently that 2 out of 3 kids will eat the Thanksgiving foods that we make. We're making concessions this year. Chris and Hadia are making a mac and cheese.
Yeah, I think we're going to make 2.
Which is what?
Well, I think...
Okay, will either of them be orange? Because Bella will not eat a white.
Yeah, no, we're going to make like a... I think what we're going to do is we'll make like a standard mac and cheese that she'll eat. So we know that's
Kraft?
good. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just Kraft.
Just something we know.
Okay.
But then we're going to try to get her to try the good mac and cheese. But
what kind of cheese is in that?
I think it's like part sharp, part mozzarella or some white cheddar, and then part Colby or something. It's it's 3 parts of cheese.
Wes, that's funny. All right, so Safeway has Cheap Chicken Monday. So every Monday, starting last week, I get a bunch of chicken strips. It's $5.99 per pound or whatever. And so that's about 7 good sized chicken strips.
That is a good deal.
Yeah. I did joke about having chicken strips there for Bella for Thanksgiving.
I hope one day she'll try the turkey.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, so like some people said in the chat room too, people that bail on turkey, they didn't brine their bird. And if you brine your bird, then you're going to love it. But yeah, so this mac and cheese looks really good. Maybe she'll eat it because it's viral. I think it can on TikTok.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, let's make a video.
No, I mean,
show it to her.
I think that's where the recipe originated. It was some food content creator on TikTok.
Yeah,
and now it's gone viral.
I counted the other day. I have 16 different kinds of cheese in my house. Like, there's some kind of connection between ADHD
and
or ADD and cheese. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of good choices in cheese. There's a lot of good cheese options.
Yeah, no. I have like 4 kinds of shredded. I have spreadable. I have cuttable. I have
sliced
American slices. Yeah. Yes. String cheese.
Sure. Different need.
All the cheeses. Like, and we will have a lot of cheese appetizers, I think. I'm gonna get some smoked Gouda. To go with crackers. Oh, pimento or not? Well, yes.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The cheese, but no, it's a different one. It's a smoked Gouda and peppers dip from Costco. That's really good.
I saw that in a video. It did look good.
It is good. No, it is so good. Yeah.
Well, I'm going with flock for the family, or I think
horseradish cheese. Horseradish cheese is incredible. I don't even know who thought of it.
It's just the right mix.
Thank you. I put it on my French dips.
Oh.
Yeah. No. Okay, so here's what it is.
That would be good.
Yeah, it's the bread, which I toast without butter because the whole thing will toast, not just the edges.
Okay.
Then I slather a bunch of butter after it's browned.
Mm-hmm.
Then I put the horseradish cheese. This is open face, and the cheese is covering all the open face, right? All the brown is covered up now by horseradish cheese. Then provolone cheese. Then I put it back in the broil. And then, I'm making the au jus, and I have the roast beef in the au jus to get it hot, and then put it on the sandwich. It's so good. It is so good. The cheese is a barrier to not make the bread soggy before you can dip it in the au jus.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. Like it's so good. No mayonnaise or anything like that. Just butter, and this cheese. Anybody hungry?
Yeah, really. I think our title, I'm liking the direction we're going. So PJ puts in there flock to the family. What if it's like the family of flock products? Because part of what this episode was about is it's bigger than flock.
Family of flock.
Yeah, or something like that. Like a family of flock or the flock family of fun.
The flock bunch.
The flock.
Like the Brady bunch.
Yeah. But that's kind of, I think the takeaway from the segment is, by the way, it's not just Flock, and whatever they decide for Flock is going to apply to all these other companies that are doing private spying devices. That's the title, probably somewhere in there.
The Flock variety.
Okay.
Flock. The next Flock.
The next Flock is good. A
Flocking
family
together.
that flocks together.
Flock for all. I mean, that touches the whole, it is public use.
It's close. So that could work. Birds of a feather. That's clever too.
That is. Flock together.
Yeah. That's not bad. Should we do Birds of a Feather?
That is insightful.
I mean, Jasko's first live stream too, so it'd be kind of fun for
Wait, it's not?
Yes, we said his first launch live stream.
Oh, okay. Well, I saw Jasko join the chat room last week during the show.
Well, he says that now he doesn't have anything to listen to tomorrow. He's happy to catch a show live for the first time, though now I have to find something to play for my commute tomorrow. Maybe he's just teasing me, but I feel like he should win I think he should get it.
Well,
I think so.
My memory could be failing me, but I was pretty sure that I saw.
Now you're pretty good with the names. You're pretty good. You might be onto him. You might.
He typing.
Though I do like Birds of a Feather because it doesn't put flock in the title, but yet.
Yeah, we all know.
Yeah.
We all know Flocksgiving. That's actually really cute.
We're all getting a flock.
You get a flock and you get a flock. I did not. You are hallucinating. Scrolling up or back. I'm scrolling back. I swear.
Andrews LM.
Maybe it was today. You know what? Maybe my sleep isn't great.
Just blame the AI. Just sorry, I was using an AI tool to count the chat room. Sorry, not intentional. All right, well, I think then our duty here is done. Thank you, everybody in the Mumble Room who's hanging out with us up there in the quiet listening. My mouse battery died. At first, I just thought it was dead, but it is dead. So now I have to lean over to this computer. It's good to stretch my back out. But thank you, Mumble Room. And we'll be back on Sunday for Linux Unplugged. Hope to see you then.
Bye.
Of course, thank you, everybody listening live and watching live on the streams. Appreciate you very much for doing that. And, of course, a big thank you to our members. Hope you have a great Turkey Day. And please, brine your bird.
Hope you enjoyed that Turkey Talk Peek. A little public service word. Time to brine that bird. Some turkey talk from us to you. Just a friendly kitchen cue. Remember to brine that bird.